That's the thing. I mean, you look at most people, what do most people put their money in when it comes to building wealth or for building retirement? They put it in what's called pre-tax, right? Meaning you put the money in before you get taxed. Okay, so let's kind of think that through. So I'm not paying taxes today, but I do have to pay taxes down the road. Okay, I'm earning an income today. Down the road, I'm not going to be earning an income. Today, as a younger person, I have a bunch of tax write-offs, mortgage interest, any charity that I'm doing, my children, those little tax credits, right? Things like that. Well, down the road, when I go to pull that money out in retirement, I don't have any of those. My kids are out of the house. Well, they may not be out of the house, but you're not writing them off anymore, right? You don't typically donate to charity. You donate your time, which is not tax deductible. Your mortgage is paid off or paid down significantly, so you don't have any mortgage interest there. And you're not putting in your 401k anymore, so you don't get that little deduction either. So you're left with a standard deduction. And you're no longer working. You're no longer bringing in an income. And the real question, so you've opted to pay it later when you're unemployed. That's retirement. You've lost all your deductions. So you're getting hit full hilt. And here's the real question. Do you think taxes are going to go down or go up between now and the time you actually retire? What do you think, Wendy? I mean,
there's no other choice.
I don't have a crystal ball, but I'm going to guess they'll go up. So even though you may be pulling out less money, you may actually be paying more in taxes down the road. And that's what Wendy was referencing when, it's like you and I go into business together and we'll start off 50-50, but at some point in the future, I may want to actually have a higher percentage. I'll let you know what that is in the future. Well, who would do that deal? Well, we do every time we opt for pre-tax as employees, right? So that's that tax strategy. You want to diversify that as well. Protect. And not only that, you're building an empire. You want to protect that empire, right? So you look at things like, well, long-term care. Long-term care will eat up wealth quick. And so that great retirement you had, that spouse, may get sick or something like that, and you need to use that money to pay for housing and care costs as opposed to traveling the world. So, long-term care, life insurance, income insurance, things like that to protect all that. So if something does come out of you at left field, you've got a plan in place so your dreams, your plans for down the road still happen and it's not financially devastated. Because folks, there are no do-overs. You can't go at 60, 65 and say, well, that didn't quite work out. Let's go try it again. You don't get that. You get one shot at this. That's why it's critical that you have a holistic plan and not just, shoot from the hip and say, okay, pew, pew, what are we going to grow, right? What can we grow? That's just like a small portion of it. Lastly, number 6, we've got the legacy piece. Okay. And I know some of you, my kids can fend for themselves. I did. We're not going to get into that discussion. Setting up a legacy for your family, and it's biblical. If you're a Christian, look it up. It's in there. Me personally, I think you should have a legacy plan in place. But simple paperwork can help you avoid probate. And I'm not just talking a will. And there's 3 documents that it's critical for you to have if you've got any kind of assets. And I'm talking about anything like $20,000, $25,000, $30,000 or more. And that's your house equity, everything else, 401k. If you've got more than that, you need certain documents in place to protect yourself, protect your family, especially if you're the breadwinner, right? Or you're in dual incomes, things like that. These are all things that you need to have in place. And with a little simple planning, sitting down with the right professionals, right? And that's why we talked about a money team. You can set not only your generation, what would it be like, Wendy, if your great grandkids knew what you did for the family?